Cheers were heard in the Victorian Parliamentary Chamber last night after laws to establish a First Nations treaty were passed. The Gellung Warl body will be consulted on laws and policies affecting Indigenous communities. Jill Gallagher headed up the Victorian Treaty Advancement Commission and she joins us now from Melbourne. Welcome to you, Jill. What does this mean in practice?
Basically what it means in practice, Aboriginal people in Victoria will have an elected body who is elected by our people to have a say to Parliament on what impacts on us as Aboriginal people. But it's also more than that too, by the way. It's also the long-standing recognition that we as the First Peoples of this country have been fighting for since 230, 40 years. I remember I was only a little one, but back in 1967, when we had a referendum in this country to recognise the First Peoples of this country as citizens.
Jill, what issues, what policy areas do you anticipate the body having an impact on, having a say on?
Well, I could anticipate, there would be housing issues, employment, closing the gap. That's a really big ticket item because we've attempted to close the gap since back in 2008 when the first agreement was signed. We never got any traction with that. And then, of course, in recent times, we signed another agreement to close that life expectancy gap. But there's no accountability mechanism to ensure that governments and service providers are doing their jobs and we're getting the outcomes that are needed.
So accountability, how do you see that working? How would you want it to work?
Basically, at the moment, there are advisory committees that exist to work with government to close the gap, but they're only advisory committees and they work with the bureaucracy, not the politicians who make the decisions, really. And so under this new mechanism, we will have a say on policies that impact on us as First Peoples, and we will be able to hold government accountable, but we'll also be able to hold ourselves accountable and mainstream services. That's the big ticket item.
As you say, the body will be democratically elected. Who do you anticipate will be keen to serve on it?
I haven't thought that far ahead. As the former treaty commissioner, my role back then, back in 2016, was to actually set up what we've currently got, was the First Peoples Assembly, which was democratically elected. And their role was to actually implement the roadmap to treaty, which they've done. And now the next body's role will be to implement the treaty legislation.
It's been a very long journey for you. Other states are looking at other similar things. A long journey for you. How does it feel today?
Oh, I don't know how to describe my feelings. I have been quite emotional, but it has been an incredible feeling to wake up, because I wasn't in Parliament last night, but I actually saw it on the screen. But to wake up, I'm thinking, was that a dream? Did it really happen? The first treaty in this country ever that all Victorians will benefit from.
Jill Gallagher, we appreciate your time today. Thanks for speaking to ABC News.
Thank you for listening.